All right, here we are in a beautiful Carlsbad, California afternoon, early afternoon, looking at a really sweet 1965 Pontiac GTO. Yes, it's a real GTO. We'll walk around and we'll tell you what we know, and we spent a lot of time covering this one. It's actually resting on a complete and thorough rotisserie style restoration. So the floor pans are the same color as the exterior of the car. We actually put it up on a lift for you and we'll share that with you. It's done in a Resto-Mod style theme. The gentleman was actually trying to capture 60s, 70s, you know, dream of a Pontiac GTO kind of feel, stance and feel, and I think he's done an excellent job of capturing it. He's also done an excellent job of capturing some horsepower in this girl. Previously owned, the restoration was completed in 2001. This gentleman purchased it from a large Pontiac collection where they had done the restoration. Now, it wasn't a matching number car, but it's a true PHS documented 389 tri-power rally pack car. We'll actually cover that in the trunk as we go. Factory 4-speed car, and it's still a 4-speed car. It's finished, like I said, in a reef turquoise. So everything about the car exterior was true Resto-Mod in the sense where it looks stock except for maybe the wheel upgrade, that kind of thing. The interior is just beautiful in this car. So in 2001, he purchased the car shortly thereafter, somewhere around 2005 or so. And since the engine wasn't a matching number engine, he wanted to go ahead and make that Resto-Mod that he always wanted capture yesterday. So underneath the hood is a built 455 cubic inch Pontiac, built there in SoCal, here in SoCal, so to speak. Look at that. Rock and Roll Engineering did the engine in it, which is very well known for building Pontiac engines, and he's done a lot of cool upgrades on it. Has upgraded power disc brakes in the front, has power steering on it. Look down the side of that, girl, it's just whistle straight. It has an upgraded rear axle in it. It has a 12-bolt posi out of an El Camino. It's a 355 posi limited slip. Has a ram air function or option on underneath the hood here. We'll cover underneath the hood here, but it's pumps out about 600 horsepower at the flywheel. It was dyno tested and built by a pro. Interior wise, the car remains fairly stock. He did a lot of cool stuff. Carlsbad Raceway winner. He found some vintage stickers on it. There's one in the back window here. It's got a custom audio sound system in it, but the paint and bodywork's beautiful on this car. So from about 2005 on up to, you know, current day, he had done quite a few things. See the dual tip exhaust right and left on this. It has it on both sides. Has 17-inch retro vintage wheels on it, so American torque thrust style wheels on it, 17-inch. We'll cover the tire side when we get to the tire size and we get to the other side of the car. Been out in the sun most of the day. Second car of the day. It takes me about 2.5 hours to do a car, so we cover them pretty well for you. So it may get a little tongue-tied every now and then, but this car's right in my wheelhouse when it comes to reliving yesterday. I get it. Very nice car. Not overpowered. Very much something you can drive, but will certainly roast the tires if you want it to. No doubt it's a GTO. PHS documented. We'll cover that when we get to the trunk part like we talked about. Step back and get you a little bit of a feel here. All factory trim on it. Beautiful car. Again, body off, rotisserie style restoration, powder coated frame. The front tires are 225/55 ZR16s in the front. Nice look and feel to it. This artesian or this reef turquoise is actually a base coat clear coat, and it's very high-end professional. The body on this car is just whistle straight. A little bit of sun and shade, so we give you a feel both sides of the car here. Again, Iscadarian Racing cam sticker, her shifter. It is a 4-speed. Door jamb to door jamb, very professionally done. Like the feel of this car. Throughout the video, we're actually going to spend quite a bit of time letting you hear it run as he turns it around, that kind of thing. It's kind of fun. We're going to start it up here for you in just a minute. Has a OEM, this is a factory color interior, OEM bucket seats, all reproduction, factory original style, factory console. Really neat about this car, we'll get around to the driver's side, but it is a factory equipped rally pack car, so the tack and speedometer, checkered flag are all factory stuff in this car. But it's got gauges in it so you know what's happening, monitoring it. Retractable seat belts here, factory. Doors shut nice, the panels fit nice. I think it has 17s on the rear. It had 16s on the front. No, there's 16s all the way around. They're 245/50 ZR16s. So it's got 16s all the way around. We're over here by the Carlsbad Airport. I think when I was doing the engine compartment, I heard an airplane fly over too. So you're going to hear that. So it is a true GTO with an absolutely cool. The stance is just perfect on this car. Catch late 60s, early to mid 70s feel. Very nice chrome and bright work on this car. Professional restoration. The license plate on the back here is more of a kind of a bling license plate. He's made to look. It's just a show license plate. The plates that go with it, if you're California, will be a white with a red lettering. So it's a garage trophy. He said he's going to have a hard time letting this car go. I get it. This is a really cool car. A lot of fun doing this car. Spent quite a bit of time over here with Tom. I've sold several cars with him for him over the past, and his cars are always nice. They're ready to go. But he's owned this car several years, and it's one he's going to miss. Has custom audio sound in it, secret audio with a CD player in the trunk. Factory AM radio is included with the car. This one will certainly put a tiger in your tank. A lot of fun. If you like attention, he goes down to Cruz Grand in Escondido here, and they give him his own little spot every time they see him pull up, because it's just a fun car. It attracts a lot of attention. Adult owned, not abused. 600 horsepower at the flywheel. A lot of pro stuff underneath this car. Wood grain steering wheel. He paid dearly for that one, I'm sure. Pontiac GTO factory rivets, VIN right there. And again, PHS stocks are included. These are factory gauge pack, rally pack. It's on the PHS stocks, but you gotta love that speedometer. And he's had the tachometer completely rebuilt, so everything's working here. It's a simulated custom auto sound radio in here. It looks a lot like the factory. Allows you to work a better audio system. This is a factory 4-speed car, and it's still a 4-speed car with an M20 Muncie. A lot of documents come with this restoration. Hang on to the video and we'll cover it in the undercarriage and stuff. Liquid filled gauges, so you can definitely see what's happening with this girl. I'm gonna go ahead and oh, you got the key, Tom? Yeah. I'm gonna fire this up so they can hear it. And console, very light patina. This console is in excellent shape. Factory Pontiac seat belts here. It's kind of neat leather Pontiac vintage key holder. You know, it's not overpowered. I don't want you to be afraid of the horsepower on it, because this is definitely a car you can drive. But if you want to roast them, you can do it. Get out and let you hear it run. So factory tri-power, 455 cubic inch. Fun car. So it has a built by Rock and Roll Engineering out of SoCal. Very well known for building Pontiac motors. Went completely through this to about the tune of about $8 grand. It produced 600 horsepower at the flywheel on an engine dyno stand. So that kind of gives you a feel. We're actually going to get a spec sheet that he'll get to me, and I'll cover the stuff with you of what was done to the engine. You know, ported blueprinted balance, that type of thing. 455 crank, so it's a 455 cubic inch Pontiac engine. Tri-power, factory tri-power intake here. It has Doug's headers on it, which would have been period kind of feel. They're ceramic coated. It has he added upgraded power steering to it. There's power steering. There's an upgraded Be Cool aluminum radiator here with a fan clutch, mechanical fan, and it has an additional fan up front here just in case it decides it wants to warm up a little bit, then it automatically kicks on. So there's no overheat issues with it. You can drive it. That's the point. He also has this is a in '65 a Ram Air was a dealer option or aftermarket install. It's been functional. The foam had actually deteriorated a little bit. He has foam on order. The car will have the foam installed for the Ram Air. Upgraded power disc brakes in the front, so there's the power brakes over there. You can stop it. Factory 4-speed, factory style 4-speed transmission, Muncie M20. Looking at the trunk, we're going to cover actually some of the documents that go with it, so and all that kind of stuff, but full body off restoration like we talked about. The floor pans on this are rock solid. They've been Zola toned. We'll lift it up here. It's all clean. The wiring's all OEM style wiring in it. Has a full spare here with the jack, and the jack wrench is underneath it. So it's got a good stock feel to it in the trunk here. He's upgraded the audio system in it so you can listen to a little rock and roll, or maybe just listen to the high horsepower engine under the hood. CD player, American Auto sound. It has a amp in the back here. Speakers, we'll cover that up, we've probably already covered that on the walk around here. So factory style mat, and along the factory feel, it just looks. All right, we promised you we'd get it up on the lift. We actually do this prior to doing the walk around. We like to get a good feel if we can. The owner's got a lift. So we're going to share with you, sitting on a rotisserie restoration, which we've already told you. Make sure I got my audio on there. Sorry about that. Body off rotisserie restoration. The frame looks like it's been powder coated, but very nicely done car. It was completed right around 2001 or so. So, and it's got probably 3,000-4,000 miles on it. Nicely done, more on a Resto-Mod style kind of feel, but the gentleman wanted a hot rod kind of sense to it where he could drive it, and it had horsepower. So it's got the factory boxed lower control arms have been powder coated here on the rear end. It's got Hotchkiss Performance upper mounts that are fully adjustable, so you can set this up so the traction's good. It's got the heavy-duty load carrying type springs that would have like been on a wagon or stuff, so we wanted to have the ride height, wanted it stiff. You can see the floor pans themselves are body color. Reef turquoise. Flowmaster mufflers, custom built exhaust. He's custom made the tips on the end so we could keep the Tiger in the tank feel. Nice crossover here. Oh, the rear end, let me back up a little bit here. The rear end is actually out of an El Camino. These typically came with a 10-bolt rear end. They used an El Camino rear end that the owner converted here. It's a 12-bolt posi, 355 ratio, limited slip. You got to use limited slip fluid in it. So, fun car to drive. Of course, we talked a lot about that on the walk around, or I'm going to talk about that a lot on the walk around. Frames again all sandblasted. The restoration was done by a shop. The gentleman with a large collection had a shop restored. Right there, what's that?
American Auto Restoration.
American Auto Restoration. Don't know if I covered that on the walk around because I am not there yet. Anyway, you guys that watch my videos get it. Muncie 4-speed here. It's an M20, aluminum bell housing, heavy duty clutch. The front end's been lowered with correctly with drop spindles on it. Those are superior drop spindles with a disc brake conversion in the front. So factory style front suspension. Got a huge stabilizer bar in the front here. Nice car underside. Good solid car. They replaced some metal during the restoration, but that's not the end of the world if it's done right, and this car's done right. Power steering so you can drive it, actually enjoy it. The owner upgraded. It has Doug's headers. We probably talked about that on the engine compartment side. They're ceramic coated Doug's headers. Anyway, we're thinking you get the idea.